Good afternoon. This is Abike with the Critical Line Network, where insight meets analysis and conversation spark transformation. Everyone has been in the media talking about the Democrats and the Republicans. I know. You like, oh, we so tired of hearing that story. Well, I want to share something with you. I don't want you to be tired just yet because there's three things I want to go over and I want to touch with you. Number one, how we as Blacks are being manipulated when it comes to other Blacks and the vote. The reason why that is important is because there's guilt trips going on. Matter of fact, let me name to you what's going on. I'm going to read it off to you. Subtle manipulation and rejection from Black people from a particular party because you voted for another party or because you didn't vote. Some of the things that are being said are control, manipulation, deception, twisting of emotions, and witchcraft. Yes, believe it or not, witchcraft. You know how operation of witchcraft works. It is to get inside the mind and to deceive you and to manipulate you. The reason why I want to address that tonight, because you need to understand, is that you are designed to be a free person. You're not designed to be a person that's up under someone else's control and someone else's manipulation. For all too often, we get people who want us to get on board with their agendas, their policies, what they think we should do, how they think we should do it. And when it doesn't go as planned, people get pissed. They get so pissed. As a matter of fact, I want to point out something before I even get started good. I personally did not vote for Trump or Kamala. So I'm coming from an objective opinion. I'm not coming from, oh, you should do it this way or, oh, you should do it that way. Yes, I have my opinions. Yes, I have my reasons why I did not vote. And I have shared them on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check it out, you can check out some of my videos and you will see why I chose to stand out this time. Okay, now let me jump into it. I see that there are a lot of Blacks being manipulated, being toyed with, being coerced. They're being told that, oh, you're going to get what you deserve because you voted A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, you people, you so stupid, you so dumb. How could, I mean, like, listen, y'all, the tally goes on and on and on. I know you saw the video where Joy Reid and the child psychiatrist was talking, and they were even talking about separating from your family, y'all. From your family. When did it start getting so bad that a vote would separate you from people that you love? Now, pay attention. If you and your family already separated, you already fighting, it ain't got nothing to do with politics. People jealous, people hating on one another, people setting up one another, people doing dirt to one another. I would advise you to stay away from them too. That's not your family. They just people that's called your cousins, uncle, brothers, or whatever. But at heart and at spirit, they're not your family. Now let's stay on track. But when you enjoy people every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, when you enjoy being around your family, all these years your family have voted, all these years you got that one uncle or that one cousin that go outside what y'all want and vote the opposite. Do you sit at the dinner table and just kick them in the head and say, or you slam the door and say you're not welcome? No, you tease them. You like this one woman was saying on YouTube, you tease them, you laugh at them, you make fun of them, and you keep going, right? But that's still your family. Because guess what? When things get hard, you not calling Trump. You not calling Kamala. Sorry, they not coming to your aid. Guess who's coming to your aid? That uncle, cousin, brother, sister, whoever. Like I said, unless they just that detrimental family member, that doesn't mean you any good. You know, I would stay away from them too. We all got some of them. We know who they are. So you would stay away from them. Those them people that just don't mean you no good. But your family is people you laugh with, you enjoy, you talk to. Even before this got started, it was people you was calling up, you were talking to. I mean, how do you just separate with your family over a vote? When at the end of the day, no matter who's in office, you're not dialing their number. They're not coming to your house. It's your family that's going to be there for you. But anyway, let's go over these 3 points. There are 3 points I wanted to go over. One of the points I heard Joy Reid and them talk about was that What do you do with family when they voted against your interests, your family and your friends? The second one I want to go with is that I've seen a lot of Black women on the internet. A lot of Black women. We through with y'all. Don't call us. Black men, don't call us. Y'all don't call us. White women, don't call us. We through being the backbone. We through being this and we through being that. We're gonna get to that. We're going to get to that. Also, you should cut off anyone who voted for Trump. Now, as I explained to you, I didn't vote, and for my own personal reasons, I did not vote and I chose to stand out. But I like to stay objective because I like for people to really think about how they're being manipulated and how they're being toyed with and guilt tripped, and how seeds are being sown that if you voted for a particular person, then guess what? Guess what? Something bad gonna happen to you. And when it does, you're gonna get what you deserve. People, people. Let me tell you something. People are so off track that they don't even pay attention. That's how off track they are. They're so double tongued. So one minute, Black people in the media, and they're talking about, dare you get these entertainers out there? How dare you treat us Black people like that? How dare you talk about we wash our greens in the tub? Like, we don't wash our greens in the tub. We wash our greens in the kitchen sink like everybody else. How dare Kamala get out there? So one minute, that's what Blacks are saying. How dare you offer us a marijuana? And how dare you do these things to us? And how dare you get Megan to get up there and twerk? And then on the other hand, when they don't get what they want, they still act a fool. So Beyonce came out. You know Beyonce is savvy. You know Beyonce is a very smart businesswoman. She's not just an entertainer. She's a businesswoman. Let me give you a clue. So everybody thought that Beyonce was going to come out, shake her butt, entertain, and Beyonce didn't do that. So when Beyonce didn't do it, guess what? The Democrat Party went crazy. People went crazy. They started walking out. Why? On one hand, you're arguing about how dare you treat us Blacks like that. And then when you don't get that, you're still arguing because that's what you expected Beyonce to do. Now, mind you, Beyonce didn't do this just because she heard the Black community talking. If you go back and look at the Obama inauguration, Beyonce sung. Beyonce didn't twerk. Beyonce didn't do any of that. She wore a gown and she properly sung. If you go back and look at Beyonce on the Star Spangled Banner, you will see that Beyonce wore a gown and she properly sung. So this is not something that Beyonce does to arouse a crowd or to get $2 million or $10 million from Kamala. This is who Beyonce is. Beyonce knows how to do things. That's who Beyonce is. She's trained that way. She has the best publicist. She has her parents. She does things accordingly and appropriately, just in case you didn't know. Now, does she shake her butt? She'll tell you that. Yes, I shake my butt. I twerk. Church girl. Get a clue. You understand? But she also says that people try to treat her as if that's the only thing she knows how to do. She said, I paint, I draw. It's so many things I do that people don't want to give her credit for. So again, just to hear how Black people are so double-minded when it comes to this voting thing. Now, what I want to touch on is Black women. Black women, I don't want to say something that makes you mad, because at some point there's a part of me that don't care about you being mad because you know you're wrong. And then there's another part of me that understand you because I'm a Black woman. But I have to ask you Black women a question who are running around acting like you've done so much in this world and you're just tired. We're tired of carrying the load. We're tired of being this and this and that. Let me ask you a question, Black women. And if you Black guys are doing it too, you too. But I've seen the majority of Black women doing this. Don't call us blah, 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 blah. Black women, when was the last time you went into these Black neighborhoods and offered a Black woman a job instead of trying to get her to vote? Black women, when was the last time? I'm not talking about your soror war sisters. We know about sororities and Kappa, Appa, Fappa, Tappa, and all the different sororities. So we know about the sisterhoods and the different fingers and how everybody got their little cliques and secret little stuff that they do, and they give each other opportunity. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when you say don't call us and we're tired of carrying the load. What some of us Black people are trying to figure out is what load did you carry? And how did you help other Black women? Because we're still trying to figure this one out. Because when did you go to the hoods? I understand that when you wanted to vote, popular people went to the hood and knocked on the doors. But when did you go to the hood and say, I see you got potential. I want to give you a job. I want to give you an opportunity to do my design. I want to give you an opportunity. I don't want to see you struggling. I want to give you Black women. When did you open the doors for other Black women in underserved and underestimated communities? I'm not talking about, oh, when you see somebody can make you some money. Oh, when you see somebody in motion and you know they about to fly. So you want to jump on board and you want to attach yourself to that train and to that success. What I'm asking you is that how can you be so tired of a load that you've never carried? How can you be pissed off at people in Black communities that you never went to go see about? Like, how can you demand of them something that you wasn't even willing to give them? So when they saw Kamala in office 4 years and Biden and their needs, we're not talking about your needs. Y'all needs probably got met because, again, you in the sororities, you in the groups, you in the cliques, you in the clans. But did those people needs get met? So when you have someone talking about working people and you have someone talking about helping these type of people, how do you think they're going to feel when you didn't reach back and help those people? How can you be tired of a load that you never carried? This is an illusion on Black women's part. Don't call us. What do you mean don't call y'all? Because the last time I checked, y'all wasn't helping us no way. So again, sometimes y'all got to sit down and y'all got to think, just like you vote for your interests, people are voting for their interests. It's not that they're going against your interests. All the fighting in the media is exactly what it is. It's the conglomeration and fighting against people and strife. And it's distraction, y'all. It's just distraction. But what I'm saying to you guys is, how are you going to be tired of a load that you never carry? You don't get up and want to go to these neighborhoods, these undeserved, undervalued, underestimated neighborhoods, and then all of a sudden you need the vote. You want to bring out the entertainers. You want to ejaculate people with weed. And you think they just dumb heads and weed heads and they're just going to follow along. Well, as you can see, guys, it didn't work that way. And what they were listening to is who's talking about their interests. Think about that. Look. Some of y'all come from the hoods. Some of y'all come from the ghettos. Some of y'all come from the undeserved areas. Some of y'all come from where them people come from, the projects and all of that. Some of y'all come from all different types of areas. But you kind of forget that even when you were that person at that time, you had interests and needs that you thought about, just like those people do. So those people are looking at you guys like, oh, okay, so y'all want to come and knock on our door when it's voting time. But then when we need a job, ain't nobody trying to help us. When we need help, nobody trying to help us. When we need an opportunity, nobody opening the door. So what I'm asking all of the women who are delusionalizing themselves, because really what you were after, if you be honest with yourself, was your own interest. And when you didn't get that interest, you became pissed. And you have to admit that. And then you went over to the Hispanic men, and the Hispanic men, Kamala, they just because she Black and it's number one, y'all. Kamala is not Black. Kamala went to an all-Black sorority, but she's not a Black American. We understand who her father is, who her mother is, who her actually ancestry and who she is. People have broken it down. They've studied it. We all know what it is. So she's not really considered as the Black American like actual Blacks are. Now, that's not to argue here, because I've already said that Black people would have accepted Kamala if Kamala just was being herself. Kamala didn't have to go around talking about she washed greens in the tubs, and she didn't have to put on all these accents. She didn't have to appeal to Black people about smoking weed as if that's the only thing that they wanted. You understand what I'm saying? If Kamala would have just been herself and said, hey, This is who my family is. This is where I come from. Please understand, accept me. I'm human just like you human. And I'm not going to cater to all of that. You either accept me or you don't. These are my policies and this is what I can do for you. And either you accept it or you don't. If Kamala would have came that way, it probably would have been a different story. But because of how you guys came to the blacks, you came at such a way where blacks felt like you really demoralized them. And you know how people are when they feel like they're being demeaned or they being demoralized. You understand that? They will flip the script. You know how people do it. And they won't give you what you want. Now, I did my own research, and I'm going to be honest with you. Even though people acting like blacks did all this voting for Trump, still the majority of blacks did not vote for Trump. The majority of blacks still voted Democratic Party. So what is all this falling out about? Because I did my research. There were more Hispanics that voted or Latinos that voted Trump than it was blacks. So I'm trying to figure out what is all this false falling out. I did my research with the Pew research. I did my research with some legitimate things. So some of this stuff that's just being propagated out there is just not true. It's different parties fighting. So you got the Republicans over here. Well, yeah, the blacks went over here because we this and this and this and that. And then you got the Democrats. Oh, you blacks were on this and this and that. But it's really twisted psychology, because if you do your actual research, you will see that the majority of blacks did not vote for Trump like people really think they did. And I did my research and I know. So again, from legitimate sources at that, not just what mainstream media is saying. But I want black people to remember, you guys have been doing that for years and years and years. Years and years and years. You don't want to see other black people excel. You want to make sure you stay up and you keep other blacks down. And then when you need something from blacks, the vote, the this, the that, then y'all guys go running to the vote, the blacks. Or when you've been messed over by Caucasians or white people and you feel your interests are not being being dealt right, then you want to go to the blacks and say, hey, we all in this together. See, that's that two-faced stuff, y'all. That's that manipulative, conniving stuff that a lot of blacks got tired of. And that's why the opinion swayed. When people have been watching that for so long, that has nothing to just do with voting. Just in case you guys are out of touch, black people have been talking about this issue for a while on YouTubes, TikToks, everywhere you go. And black people is tired of certain black people acting like they care about the black race so much, but they ain't nowhere to be found when it comes to the black people interests, only to make money, only for success, only for PR, and only for publicism. But then when it comes to real true life, let me help my sister. Let me ask you a question. All you black women who acting like you just tired and you so through and you through, don't know white people call y'all, the black people that voted for Trump, don't y'all cop, all this stuff you guys saying. When was the last time you went into any underserved neighborhood and went out there, you personally? I'm not talking about an organization. I'm not talking about publicity. I'm not talking about the NAACP. I'm not talking about all this stuff. When have you personally went into any of these neighborhoods and say, sister, I want to help you get a job. I see you trying. I see you struggling. You got these babies. Let me dig into my tools and my resources and see how I can help you. Sister, I see you so talented. I see you so gifted. I see you trying to build something. Sister, I want to donate into your business. I see you got PayPal on there. Let me help you on your business. No, you know what y'all do? Y'all watch other blacks, look at their talent, steal from them, and lift yourselves up and can care less about them blacks. And then when it come time for the vote, then you want them to black. You tell them, shut up. If you ain't voting, then shut up. You don't need to be. I mean, you be talking to people like you own them and pimp them. And then to underestimate them, to think that they can't think, to think that they not smart enough to even think for themselves. You understand? Matter of fact, it got so bad to where people talked about Beyonce like a dog. So damn if Beyonce do and damn if Beyonce don't. So she didn't get out there and she didn't give people what they wanted. But she did give a political, I guess you could say, democratic speech that she wanted to give. And she left it as that. So people got pissed at that. But then the black people was acting like, well, you know, how could Megan Thee Stallion come out here and shake her butt and act all like this and this and this and this and this and that? And instead of people thinking sensibly and thinking knowledgeable, but like, who is Beyonce? There are certain things that Beyonce don't do. Beyonce has a brand. Y'all know that. That's why it's called Beyonce. And there's certain things that Beyonce do. There's certain things that Beyonce don't do. She's always been that way. And when it comes to certain events, like going to meet the kings and the queens and going to talk to different countries and going to do, there's certain ways she presents herself because she knows there's a time and place for everything. And then there's certain ways she don't present herself. Beyonce has always been like that. All you got to do is go check Beyonce out, honey. Just go back and look, do a little bit of research. That's what Beyonce does. So why was people still dissatisfied? Because Trump and Kamala has nothing to do with the unrested hearts of human beings. And I just wanted to address that. I also wanted to address those who did vote for Trump. When people are running around telling you, oh my God, y'all gonna get what you deserve, y'all this, and they trying to sow so much spoken curses towards you, so many words towards you. I want you to go back and do your research. I actually did the research. I want you guys to know that I did the research. I'm going to show you something, guys. I'm going to show you something. I did this research. So what I did, because I like to do research, guys. I like to do research. It's important to do research. It's important to come with your stuff. So remember when President Trump won back at the election in 2016, defeating Hillary? Okay, and then he got into office in 2017 because you know they do the votings in the November and all of that, and you don't get into office until January 20th. That's all your presidents, right? Now I want to go over some of the things that Trump was actually able to get done and those that he wasn't able to get done. And then I'm gonna go over Kamala and I'm gonna go over some of the things she was actually able to get done and the things that she wasn't able to get done. Tax reform, criminal justice reform, judicial appointments, economic growth and employment, US, Mexico, Canada, and agreements, which is called the USMCA, deregulation, space force creation, veterans, healthcare reforms, foreign policy, Middle East peace deals, North Korea diplomacy, withdrawal from international agreements, immigration policies, COVID-19 response, and Operation Warp Speed. Now, what I did is that was some of the things that Trump wanted, right? That's when he was back then in 2016. Here goes some of the things that Joe Biden and Kamala wanted during their term. COVID-19 response and vaccination rollout, American Rescue Plan, Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, climate change initiatives, student loan relief, gun control legislation, judicial appointments, social and racial equity initiatives, healthcare expansion, CHIPS, which is CHIPS, and Science Act, abortion rights advocacy. Now, what I want to go back over, because I want you guys to really pay attention. Now you got to know that that was the things that when they got into office, those are the things that they said that they were going to work on and that they were going to do. You would have to go do further research to break those items down. You can always stop this video or whatever and to see what those items were actually about. Now I want you to see what they were not able to get done versus what they were able to get done, because I did research it. Okay, so it says that Trump administration achieved major tax reforms, deregulatory measures, judicial appointments, and steps toward Middle East peace. Pre-pandemic economic growth was strong, though COVID-19 presented significant challenges and limited some of these achievements. Because y'all do remember, that's when COVID hit, right when he did get into office. Despite the efforts in healthcare, immigration reform, infrastructure, and North Korea diplomacy, many goals were either partially met or left unfulfilled due to legislative roadblocks, international complexities, and shifts in priorities brought by the pandemic. Now, I want you to pay attention. The unmet goals and ongoing challenges that Biden and Harris had: comprehensive immigration reform, voting rights legislation, police reform, child tax credit extension. Now, these are all the things they didn't get done, although they saying they were going to do them. Student loan forgiveness. Y'all know that didn't happen. Everybody was waiting on that one. Climate ambitions and fossil fuel reductions. Affordable housing crisis. Comprehensive abortion right protections. Expanding LGBTQ protections. Addressing inflation. Those were all of the things that they did not get to get done, you guys. Now let's go over what Trump did not get to get done, because I really want you guys to know these things for yourself. You guys got to know these things. Like, you got people telling you all this stuff, right? But you don't have people talking to you guys saying, what is this stuff really all about? Because it's more than just, oh, abortions, oh, weed, jobs, oh, economics. It's so much more to it. It's so much more to it. They condense you down to, we're going to smoke some weed, so we want our weeds right. Or, we want our abortion rights. Guys, it's so much going on. Or jobs, or this. So they condense people down with such minute things that you don't understand that there is comprehensive things that are going on that affects the whole. And that's that we kind of miss. Now, let's look at the things that Trump didn't get to do and finish off. His unmet goals and challenges. Repeal and replacement of the Affordable Care Act, the Obamacare. Comprehensive immigration reform and border wall funding. A reduction of trade deficit with China. Infrastructure legislation. North Korea denuclearization. Lowering prescription price drugs. Withdrawal from Afghanistan. Comprehensive criminal justice reform. Balanced budget and reduction of national debt. And middle class income growth. So as you can see, I read off their things that they were able to do and the things that they were not able to fully complete. Now, on Trump's behalf, it's because those certain things hit with COVID. He didn't fully get to deal with what he had to deal with. There was a lot of lockdown. There was a lot of policies that came in place. The one thing that he did do, and I can say this, is that he dished out a lot of money up to businesses, to individuals who were working, to families and all that kind of stuff. Because people was getting that bread like it was nothing. And so even though people try to act like it ain't nothing now, when they were getting it, it was something then. So he did kind of, deal a lot with that. But it just goes to show you that when presidents get in office, or vice presidents, or whatever, there are some things they're able to meet for whatever reason, and there are some things they're not able to meet. So it's up to you to make the judgment, of course, the things that are important to you. But what I'm saying is, don't let somebody nullify you down to just a joint. Don't let somebody nullify you down to just abortions where you're killing your seed. Don't let somebody nullify you down to all these things that are so not helping you grow, become better, and become better people, but they're feigned as your rights. Your rights, guys. That's not making sense. That's not making sense. And you need to be well-rounded, well-educated, well-knowledgeable about the things that people are doing. So when you do vote, you're understanding what you're actually voting for. I bet you some of that stuff I named, y'all don't even know what that stuff is, do you? I know, because I didn't either. I'm not going to even lie to you. That's why it's good we do our research. Some of that stuff, guys, you haven't even ever heard of. You don't even know. So again, how are we going to be fighting over this person or that person or this person when people don't even know what they fighting about? All they know is, I'm fighting about my bodies and my rights. I'm fighting because I want to be gay. I'm fighting because I want to smoke a joint. I'm fighting because I want a job. I'm fighting because I want this and that. The stuff that is this little, but the things that are this big is what the educated people are fighting about. This is why they keep control. And then they trying to condense y'all. Let me ask you guys a question. Why come the Democrats were not out there educating you guys, or the Republicans out there educating you on all this stuff in your communities, in your neighborhoods, telling you what all this stuff is about so that you can make an informed decision? Because you're fighting over little bitty stuff that's not important. You may feel like it's important because it's your addictions at that time, or because it's your struggles at that time. Because if anybody dealing with jobs and struggles, we all know that. We want some money, honey. We want some help. We want to come out these situations. And all of that is understandable, but that's not the whole. So the next time people are trying to get you to vote, instead of them trying to manipulate you with entertainment, instead of them trying to manipulate you with control, instead of them trying to manipulate you with their agendas and what they want, and then keeping you uneducated and nullified, point your finger to them and tell them, educate me in the things that you are talking about. Give me the research and give it to me from me, nothing that these internets are talking about, that these mainstream me. I want reliable sources. Educate me. Don't just come and ask me for my vote. Educate me so I'll know what I'm voting for. So then you can cut out that manipulation, cut out all that stuff. Because like I said, I read off all that stuff. Half that stuff you've never even heard of. And you know it, and you have to admit it to yourself. Go back and play this video again. Half that stuff you don't even know. You just know the points that matter to you. But the truth is, all of that is affecting the whole, believe it or not. So I just wanted to stop by today and say, Black people, please stop manipulating and harming other Black people over a vote. Don't tell people to separate over their families over a vote. They didn't vote against your interests. They voted for their interests, just like you were voting for your interests. But at the end of the day, you guys should still love each other. You should still listen, because I'm telling you, when things get hard, you ain't calling Kamala, and you ain't calling Kamala crew, and you ain't calling Trump, and you ain't calling Trump crew. You're going to be calling each other. You're going to be calling your friends, and you're going to be calling your family. That's who you're going to be calling. That's who's going to be there for you. So don't give people ill advice that's not pertinent to them. And don't try to manipulate Black people in certain economic arenas. And the reason why I say that is because you had 4 years to go out there and educate them. You had 4 years to go out there and talk to them. You had 4 years to go out there and sit with them, eat with them, laugh with them, and talk with them. But you didn't. And then you showed up with entertainment. You showed up dancing and prancing, and you showed up with all these euphemisms, but you didn't get out there and see what those people really wanted. And you can't expect people to just keep falling into your lap. They used to work in times past because we didn't have social media. We didn't have many different voices. We didn't even have people who could express themselves. Back then, if you would have expressed yourself like that back then, y'all know what had happened. Oh my God. There was no community, no help, no nothing. People would have did you dirty and ostracized you for real. Probably would have threw you in a mental institution. And we know that to be true, because anytime you try to be different, they really work against you very hard. There's so many things that have happened to people over the years just for them being different, that they never had a voice. It's just that today we have social media, we have all these things, and people can express themselves now. They can join with other communities outside of their so-called scope and all they know. They can learn from other people and different voices. They can learn from their people like them and other people not like them. They can learn from different races and different people. Times have changed. So what happened, you all, is that you were coming with the same old tools, not realizing that things changed. See, y'all really try to treat people as dogs for real. Y'all really think y'all be training dogs for real. So y'all forget that y'all think y'all training dogs, and y'all coming with these old tools and old tactics, and people are growing and learning, and they're just coming out of that. And you guys forget that. So I want you to remember that during this time, guys, just please remember that people are entitled to vote for their interests just as well as you're entitled to vote for your interests. And Black people, please stop manipulating each other. Please, please. If you didn't go out there to see about Black people during their time of needs, don't be running out there acting like you care about Black people when it's time to vote because you want your interests. Y'all know that's wrong. Y'all know that's wrong. And don't be talking about me behind my back, because I'm going to hear about it, and God going to expose it. But anyway, y'all be good. Everybody out there, just try your best. Be good. Be good. At the end of the day, none of us are going to die. None of us, you Black people, you still going to be making money. Different people, you still gonna be running your businesses. Everybody, life is going to continue on. If you keep doing good, you keep pressing toward good, you keep doing the things that make you happy, I don't care who in office. That doesn't change who you are. It just doesn't. And I know that policies affect things, but you can't lie on Trump and act like Trump just gonna be out there taking your businesses when Trump is the one who gave you all that money towards your businesses during COVID. When Trump is the one who gave you all this money during the HBCUs. And y'all tried to front and act like y'all did it. Y'all know Trump did that. Some of that stuff y'all be telling stories on. Y'all know that. That man gave a lot of money to HBCUs. That man even sat down and talked with certain people to try to see, you know, like, well, let's see how we can help the working class blacks and different things that be going on. Y'all made fun of them. Black job, black this, black that. Y'all knew Trump wasn't saying that. Like, y'all just took everything out of proportion. We knew what he meant when he said black jobs. We knew that he didn't mean something negative the way you guys wanted to portray it. That was wrong. That was wrong. And then while y'all was saying all of that, why come y'all didn't go out there and help those black people with black jobs that y'all was bragging about? I like my black job. Why come you didn't go out there and help another black person be a gymnast? Why come you didn't go out there and help another black person build a business? Why come you didn't go out there? I'm not talking about for your PR and your businesses and, oh, look at what we doing with black. I'm not talking about that PR stuff. When is the last time you stepped into them neighborhoods and helped those black people with black jobs? So then why would you make fun of a person trying to make it look like he talking about slavery when he say black jobs, when he's talking about helping black people? See, the black people wasn't stupid. They was like, well, why should we look to y'all? Y'all ain't came to see about us. Y'all ain't came to help us. Y'all didn't say, sister, I see you going through. Here go $100. Sister, I see you trying to build your business. Here go a donation. Y'all didn't, did you? So then why would you get mad at somebody who talking about black jobs? At least if the people got a job, they can take the money and help themselves, invest in them own selves. If you didn't even get out there to try to help them get jobs, why are you even complaining about black jobs? Making mockery and making fun of all this stuff and bragging about, we like our black jobs. So then why didn't you go help those black people that you wanted to get their black vote and help them out instead of mocking and making fun and bragging? So when they get somebody talking about these particular types of classes of people, those people say, yeah. Why? Because they're voting for their interests. They want their needs to be met, and you wanted your needs to be met. So instead of manipulating those people, instead of making them feel guilty, instead of trying to do them dirty, understand they have needs and interests, and you have needs and interests. Just understand that, y'all, and learn how to educate black people in politics instead of manipulating black people, and so that way black people can vote soundly. I wish everybody well. I'm gonna do another video soon because I want to break down all this stuff. I just read off the quick titles like tax reform, criminal justice, but I really want to dive deep into those issues for those who would like that video and would love that information. And you really don't have time to study and break it down. Let me know in the comments if you want me to break that down for you and to really flesh that out and to go over that, because I don't mind doing it at all. I already have all the information anyway. So that way you can have that information and really understand what all that stuff is about. But anyway, guys, you be blessed. Please don't forget to like, share, and just kind of hear what I'm saying from my heart. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, if you can, because I like my black job. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, I do love doing what I do. And I'm pretty sure you love doing what you do. And if you can support, please do give into this channel and sow into this channel as it continues to build and help people, right? And also, I would love for you to share this video with other people. And as Dan Rather would say, courage, my friends, courage. It's going to take a lot of courage for the Black community to heal, for the Black community to stop preying on one another, for the Black community to start doing right by one another, and for the Black community to stop all of the tactics and the antics and to really begin to say, what is our real issue? And then how do we heal from it and get better? Thank you. Have a great night, you guys.